Airports have always been places full of stories for BTS. Every departure or return is not just a routine activity, but a moment that can stir the hearts of armies around the world. However, this time the atmosphere felt different. It wasn't because of their flashy outfits or bright smiles, but because of Jungkook and Jimin's sudden behavior, which became a hot topic of conversation. From the very first moment they appeared in the airport area, fans' cameras immediately captured something that felt off. Jungkook and Jimin walked side by side, but the aura they emitted was unlike their usual selves. Jungkook seemed quieter, occasionally looking down as if lost in his own thoughts. Jimin also appeared calmer, even serious, a far cry from the cheerful expression he often shows in public. ARMY members who were present at the location felt the change. Many said that the atmosphere at that moment felt quieter, more emotional, as if there was an unspoken story. Some fans noticed small details, the way Jungkook walked a little faster, Jimin occasionally glancing in his direction, and brief interactions that left many wondering. Social media immediately exploded. Short video clips, blurry photos taken with cell phone cameras, and facial expression analyses began to appear on various platforms. Some said Jungkook looked tired, while others thought Jimin was trying to adjust to the atmosphere. Some fans even speculated that the moment was related to their busy schedule, mental pressure, or major preparations they were undergoing with BTS. However, what made the situation even more interesting was the brief, but meaningful interaction between Jungkook and Jimin. In one of the circulating videos, Jimin is seen moving slightly closer, as if to ensure Jungkook is okay. No words were spoken, no excessive physical contact occurred, but this simple gesture left many ARMY members speechless. For longtime fans, such moments are not uncommon. Jungkook and Jimin are known for their strong emotional bond, often understanding each other without needing many words. On the other hand, some armies remind others not to jump to conclusions. Airports are exhausting public spaces, filled with camera flashes and tight schedules. It's very possible that what was seen was simply human fatigue, not a sign of something big. However, precisely because Jungkook and Jimin usually appear cheerful, even the smallest change feels significant. Interestingly, there has been no official statement from the agency or from Jungkook and Jimin themselves. The silence only heightens the curiosity. Are they holding back certain emotions? Is there a big project that has them focused and serious? Or perhaps this is just a brief moment that has been blown out of proportion due to intense public scrutiny? For ARMY, this instance serves as a reminder that behind the grand stage and the cheers of thousands of fans, Jungkook and Jimin are still ordinary human beings. They can be tired, they can be quiet, and they can show their vulnerable side without having to explain it to anyone. And perhaps that is what makes BTS so beloved, the emotional honesty that sometimes emerges without words. To this day, what actually happened at the airport remains a mystery. But one thing is certain, ARMY's attention and love have never waned. In fact, moments like this remind fans to support Jungkook and Jimin not only when they smile on stage, but also when they choose to remain silent. Do you think there is a hidden meaning behind Jungkook and Jimin's attitude that day? Or was it just a normal moment that happened to be caught on camera? One thing is clear, their every move always manages to make the world pause for a moment to pay attention. ARMY became even more focused on the small details after the airport moment passed. A few hours later, old posts resurfaced, as if fans were trying to piece together the puzzle of Jungkook and Jimin's recent behavior. Some recalled Jimin's old interview about the pressure of performing in public, while others mentioned Jungkook's statement that he often keeps his feelings to himself without saying much. Many armies feel that their behavior at the airport was not something that came out of nowhere. In recent appearances, Jungkook has seemed more focused on himself, while Jimin has shown a more mature and calm side. This change is not a negative thing, but rather a sign of a natural maturing process. However, when two figures who are usually full of laughter suddenly appear silent in a public moment, it's natural for the world to wonder. Interestingly, some fans who were very close to them at the airport said that there was no cold aura or distance between Jungkook and Jimin. On the contrary, the two seemed to be aware of each other's presence. Jimin adjusted his steps to Jungkook's several times, as if he didn't want to leave him alone in the crowd. Jungkook, though appearing quiet, walked side by side, neither moving away nor separating. Moments like this often escape the attention of the general public, but for ARMY who have been following BTS for years, small gestures have great meaning. Jungkook and Jimin are known for not being the type to show excessive affection in public. It is precisely through these simple gestures that their closeness feels real. No need for hugs or loud laughter, just walking together in the spotlight of the cameras. On social media, discussions have taken a more reflective turn. Many ARMYs have begun reminding each other not to focus solely on drama or speculation. Several lengthy posts have appeared, emphasizing that Jungkook and Jimin have been through a long journey with BTS, rigorous training, global pressure, and endless expectations. The airport moment may have been just a glimpse of exhaustion finally showing. However, curiosity was still hard to contain. Moreover, airports are often silent witnesses to important moments for BTS. From departures for big projects, returns after busy schedules, to temporary farewells with fans. It's no wonder that ARMY felt there was something implied in Jungkook and Jimin's expressions that day. Some fans even linked it to a new phase for BTS. With various big plans being discussed, including music, tours, and individual activities, mental pressure is certainly no small matter. Jungkook, known for being a perfectionist, and Jimin, who is very sensitive to his surroundings, may be at a point where focus and calm are needed more than smiles for the camera. Amidst all the speculation, one thing that stands out is the ARMY's empathetic response. Instead of demanding explanations, many sent messages of support. The comment section was filled with words of encouragement, prayers for physical and mental health, and promises that fans would always wait, no matter what their condition. In the end, that moment at the airport became a reflection of the unique relationship between BTS and ARMY. An interaction without words, without official clarification, but rich in meaning. Jungkook and Jimin may not have intended to convey any message. However, from their silence, fans learned one important thing, that loving idols also means respecting their space and feelings. So, what really happened at the airport? Perhaps the answer isn't as simple as we imagine. There might not have been any big incident, no hidden secrets. Just two tired people walking side by side, understanding each other in silence. And that's where the beauty lies. A real moment that reminds us that behind the glitz of the K-pop world, Jungkook and Jimin are still themselves.